Woo! Hey everyone, Triple Yellow here, the internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for a review of the new Yola album, Stand For Myself. This is a brand new record from singer-songwriter Yola. This is her second for the Nashville-based label Easy Eye Sound, which was founded by Dan Auerbach of Black Keys fame, who also produced this record along with her first. Her first LP was an admirable collection of country and soul cuts that occasionally blurred the lines between those two worlds. And if you did not get it the first time, it seems like Yola and Dan are really intent on making sure that you get it the second time, with bigger production, stronger songs, and more stunning vocal performances. This thing is probably one of the easiest positive reviews I've had to give this year, because everything that makes it so good is so on the surface, it's so plain, it's so apparent, the chorus is slap, the instrumentation is glamorous, it's rich, it's wonderful, it's deeply rooted in some classic soul and country aesthetics. The track list has a very direct flow to it, with each song standing pretty well on its own merits as a single moment, but also collectively focusing on themes of overcoming adversity, surviving, uphill battles, togetherness, heartbreak. Plus, Yola's singing comes off as more versatile on this LP too. There's not a genre she doesn't sound good approaching here. Most of the soul cuts on this LP are an easy A. The country songs have a bolder twang to them this time around, and honestly, if Yola were to ever do a full record of this stuff, it would rock the industry. Dancing Away in Tears dabbles in a bit of string-kissed disco. Then there's something kind of anachronistic about the chunky beats and dramatic vocal leads on If I Had to Do It All Again. It's 90s R&B vibes fed through some classic soul instrumentation. Break the Bough hits the fast-pacing fire and vocal rasp of a rockin' Tina Turner track. And Like a Photograph is what you would get if you took one of these very slow-burning classic girl group songs and just touched it with a dash of country instrumentation here and there. So yes, a variety of very well-done, well-employed classic sounds all over this LP. My biggest issue with it is that occasionally, with Yola touching down on so much classic and godlike music, there are some moments of deja vu here and there. Like, the vocal melody on Dancing Away in Tears is so close in some respects to that of Al Green's Let's Stay Together. I'm surprised that his team isn't lawyering up right now. There are some other spots on the LP like this, though maybe not to as strong a degree. Then the song Like a Photograph, for whatever reason, the piano melody on this one resembles that of the track Starlight just a few songs earlier, and it doesn't necessarily come off like a reprise. And as long as I'm complaining, the track Now You're Here maybe has the mildest songwriting and instrumentation in the bunch on the record, but I still think the vocal performance on this one is killer. But with those issues out of the way, I think nearly everything else on this LP is fire. The opener Barely Alive is a funky, laid-back, striving anthem with some amazing chord changes. Classic sparkling soul instrumentation, Yola's voice sounds fantastic over it. Lyrically, it's a track about living to die, but dying to live. The song Diamond-Studded Shoes features some similar themes, though there are some more systematic critiques on this one depicting people who are privileged buying diamond-studded shoes with the tax money of poorer people. I mean, diamond-studded shoes and, military-grade weapons systems. But yeah, this whole track is set against a groovin' country rock instrumental. It's great. Be My Friend is another killer country cut in the bunch. Great Divide is a classic ballad in 3/4 with a spotlit vocal, graceful instrumentation. Yola sounds dramatic as hell on this one. The Great Divide. Then things continue on this somewhat dramatic streak from here, like the glamorous Starlight, which is about a patient love, a love that's always on your mind, can't get it out of your head. Then the final leg of this LP features some of the most peppy and freeing songs and instrumentals on the entire project. Whatever You Want is about being done with the good old boys and living for yourself instead. The very hype Break the Bough I mentioned earlier has lyrics that read like a blissful dream of mangoes and beaches and sunshine. Then the closing track, Stand For Myself, which is a country rocker with some roaring guitars, is almost like the opposite. It's the mirror narrative of the opening song. At this point, we have Yola not just like, on the verge of death or desperation, but she's like found this new energy, new confidence, and in this respect, emotionally, it's like the album works in these three parts. You have that section toward the start where it is like really fighting for its life. You have that sort of tearful, more dramatic heartbroken moment in the middle where it's kind of going into more of an introspective pocket. And then the last portion of the record is like, hey, we're at the finish line. We've made it. We're empowered. I'm standing for myself. Bitch. So yes, overall, I thought this was a very well-performed, written, and produced album with just a lot of classic sounds from front to back. There are points where we hit a few duds in the track list or there is a severe lack of originality going on, but there is something novel about the way Yola is combining some of the classic sounds that she is on this record, and I can't deny, even though that this thing isn't the most novel record I've heard this year, the writing and the performances are just really that good and are just really that entertaining. Feeling a decent 2 strong 8 on this one. Tran, Zishin, have you given this album a listen? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best, you're the best. What should I review next? Hit the like if you like. Please subscribe and please don't cry. Hit the bell as well over here next to my head. It's another video that you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Yola, forever.